Guys, I love mobile gaming, and finding the best controller can be hard since there are so many options out there. For some time I've been using the Abxylute X2S and I've been pretty happy with it, but with all the new options coming out, I've been looking for something that has better grips and more heft overall. With the Abxylute S8, I think I found it. Now before we begin, I want to give a huge thank you to Abxylute for sending me this controller to review today. It was very nice of you guys to send that. Now, while they did send it to me for free, they are not influencing what I'm saying on this video and they do not pay me in any way. Everything you're hearing today is going to be my genuine own opinion, and they have not seen this video beforehand or done anything to influence what you're hearing today. I will say right off the bat that I do genuinely love this controller, and in this video I will be showing it off using my iPhone 17 Pro. Let's jump in. Now, let's start with the unboxing. This box sent is an older version, and my friend over at Abxylute has sent me photos of what their new box looks like, which I'll show here. So if you order one for yourself, you can expect to get their newer box with your order. In the box, you get a controller, a USB-A to USB-C charging cable, an instruction manual, and an extra D-pad, which I'll be showing you later. A new Indigo GameCube design is coming as well, with shipping beginning mid-December, and I have to say, this thing looks pretty sick. The sale price on their website is currently listed at $55.99, and the base price is listed at $79.99, but they have so graciously provided me with a discount link which you can use to get 10% off either the black or indigo S8 model or the S9 model as well, and I'll be putting that link in the description in case you want to use it. I will also say that these are on Amazon if you want to use that as well. The pre-order price of the indigo version on their website is listed at $48.99 with a base price of $89.99. When ordering from their website, I was not giving any charges for shipping, but this could be different for you depending on what part of the world you are in. This feels very similar to the Xbox Series X controller. The grips have a similar shape and the texture on the grip is almost the same as well. The joysticks have a nearly identical feel to the Series X controller, with a smooth center and textured edges. The face buttons are membrane based and slightly flatter, but have a similar sound on press, although the S8 is a bit quieter. The D-pad is micro switch based with a mouse click feel and is also quieter than the Series X controller, but can still be a bit loud when playing at night in bed. The bumpers are membrane based as well, but do have a nice click to them. Compared to the Abxylute X2S, they are much quieter. I'm going to be giving you a sample of what each of these controllers sound like and how they compare. The triggers are analog and feel nice, but do have a fairly short travel distance. Compared to the Series X controller, they feel as if they have about half the travel. I also noticed the right trigger can be fully actuated by pressing it from the middle. However, the left trigger only goes to about 80%. Now, this controller does support iPhone and iPad, Android, and Nintendo Switch. And it can be extended to fit basically any phone, even with the case on it. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm using the iPhone 17 Pro, and I have an OtterBox Defender case, which is a very thick case and it has plenty of room. This will fit smaller tablets, however it will not fit my 11-inch iPad unless I want to use it in portrait mode. The controller has multiple modes depending on what device you want to use it with. You can change the mode by entering a specific key combo when powering on the controller that corresponds to the device you want to play with. The instruction booklet has a table with the best mode for each scenario you may want to use the controller in, and how to switch to each mode, so please be sure to read over that. The default joystick mode is set to circular. This may work fine in a lot of apps or emulators, but some may require a square instead for full actuation within the game. One example that I'm showing here is Bully for iOS. When set to a circle, the character does not fully move when pressing the stick in any diagonal directions. I do wish it was set to square by default, but having the option to change it is very nice. To change the joystick mode, press and hold the left bumper, M, and the select button for 2 seconds. When it changes, the controller will vibrate and the LED will flash 4 times. Turbo is not something I use personally, but once again it is nice to have the option. To enable turbo mode, press any button and the M key to enable turbo for that specific button. To disable it, press the same combination. To turn off turbo mode for all buttons, press and hold the M button for 10 seconds. To adjust the turbo speed, hold M and press the left joystick up or down. This controller also has gyroscope that can be mapped to either joystick. This is done by pressing and holding either the right or left joystick and M for 2 seconds. The back buttons on the grips of the controller can be mapped with recordable button combos. To enter mapping mode, press and hold M and either right or left back button for 2 seconds. When the controller is in programming mode, the LED will pulse red. To end recording, press the same back button that you had started it with. To remove any mapping, enter mapping mode once more, and then press the back button immediately. Now there are a few other functions I didn't mention here, like enabling quick triggers, swapping the left joystick and D-pad controls, adjusting vibration strength, and calibrating and resetting the controller. So if you're interested in any of these, you can refer to the manual, and please do read over it because it has lots of good information. As mentioned during the unboxing, an extra D-pad is included which can easily be replaced. I've been using the circle D-pad for a while, and I think I prefer it over the original. But again, you do have the option, which is really nice. To remove it, just get your fingernail or a knife under it and just pop it right off. Then slide the new one right on in. You can also download the ABXY Game Launcher app and use it to launch games and adjust settings within the controller. This app is located in the Apple App Store. This is where I was checking the joystick mapping earlier that you saw. In the controller settings, you can adjust button mappings, motion settings, and stick and trigger dead zones, as well as the sensitivity. You can also check the firmware and a few other things. As I mentioned earlier, I did have one little issue. The left trigger does not fully actuate to 100% unless it is pulled from the very tip. Pressing from the middle will only reach about 80% unless I apply extra pressure. Compared to the right trigger, you can see it can be fully actuated when pulled from the middle. This issue could be due to my controller being a sample unit, so I'm not 100% sure if this will affect all retail models. Overall, this does not affect my experience in playing any games, and the games I've tested still responded normally, so there shouldn't be any issues with that. Despite this, however, I've been using this controller a ton, and I have absolutely loved it. Over the last 2 weeks or so, it has become my favorite mobile controller to use with my iPhone, and I could not recommend this enough. If you want to pick one up for yourself, feel free to use my link in the description for a 10% discount. And again, this can be applied to either the Indigo model for the pre-order or the regular black model, both S8 models, or if you want to go for the S9 model, it'll also work there as well. Once again, I want to give a huge thank you to Abxylute for sending this controller. You've been watching Retro Spirit. I really appreciate your time. Take it easy, guys.